Hey guys, how's it going? Lamar here, and today we're going to be talking about Amazon PPC. I consider this one of my greatest competitive advantages when I go to launch my private label product into the niche category. I've seen great success with my PPC campaigns. I now consult for other Amazon sellers or help other people run their Amazon accounts. My largest client, I think we spend about $55,000 on Amazon PPC every month. And I'm here just to share with you some of the insights and the things that I found to be most successful when running Amazon PPC. I'm going to be covering three things today. First is what's the difference between auto and manual PPC campaigns. What's the difference between phrase, broad, and exact match types? And lastly, how do we structure our Amazon PPCs that sets us up for success? If you guys are enjoying the videos, if you're learning something, I encourage you to hit the like button below. Please share it to a friend and subscribe, and I'll keep coming out with more. All right, so let's hop in here. First, I want to talk about auto versus manual PPC campaigns. The main and primary difference between these two types of campaigns is how the ad is displayed on Amazon. Okay? Your manual campaigns that you create in Amazon will display on the product search results page. Right? If you type in a search term into Amazon and you start seeing the sponsored ads across the top, throughout the midsection, and as you click onto following pages throughout Amazon, you'll see sponsored ads, right? Those are controlled by your manual PPC campaigns. Auto campaigns, on the other hand, are ad spots that are displayed within the product listing, right? So after you've clicked into a product listing on Amazon, you're scrolling halfway down the page, you'll see a sponsored section across the midline there, and those ad spots are controlled by your automatic or auto campaigns within Amazon, right? In addition, the auto ad places or auto ad spots you'll see as you're going through the checkout process when a customer is purchasing a product, and after the customer has purchased a product, there are additional ad placements behind there, right? Those are all controlled by your automatic campaigns. Those are the two primary differences between manual and automatic campaigns. All right, guys, so now I want to explain to you the difference between broad, phrase, and exact match campaigns when we're setting up our Amazon PPC. All right, so let's say that our product is a high chair, right? We've done the research. We know that's our main search term or keyword that's being used to identify the product, and I'm going to be using it as an example here to describe the difference between broad, phrase, and exact. When we use the keyword high chair in the broad match, what would happen is that Amazon will display our ad in the event a customer searches a phrase that contains high chair, but also a word before, in between, or after. Amazon might also switch the order of these words or replace one of these words for a close synonym, right? But that is the easiest way to understand a broad match term. Phrase, on the other hand, a customer would have to search a phrase that contained a word before or after, but the phrase of our keyword is still intact, right? So you'll see customers search phrases that contain words on either end, but our main keyword is still intact. Exact, on the other hand, is exactly like how we input it into Amazon, with the exception of sometimes a plural. So this is the easiest way to understand the differences between broad, phrase, and exact match types when we're going to set up our Amazon PPC campaigns. Now let's take a look at how do we structure our PPC campaigns for success so that we can continue to optimize them and drive a positive ROI with a low ACoS. I'm going to use the high chair example again here. Let's say that we have this is a new SKU for us. We're having it's a single listing, so no variations. The way that I would set it up is I would run an auto and a manual campaign right from the start for this single SKU. So the single SKU will set up an auto and a manual. Within the manual, we'll add a broad match type ad group. Okay, this ad group will only contain our broad match type keywords. We're also going to set up a phrase, an exact ad groups. We'll set up phrase and exact ad groups later on as we continue to optimize the campaign. However, initially, all we need to be focused on is setting up an auto campaign and a manual campaign with a broad ad group. So don't even worry about this right now. So then, within the broad ad group, we need to input keywords. Okay, so if we're using the high chair example again, I'm going to input 5 to 10 hyper-specific keywords that describe this product. And I'll give you an example. So high chair, kids chair, baby seat, booster stool, booster chair. So I would come up with 5 to 10 keywords and set them all as a broad match campaign. And notice how all of my keywords are pretty specific, but slightly different to describe that main product. And this is going to ensure that I'm capturing 98% of relevant searches for this specific product, right? I don't want to put in too many more than that or too broad seed search or keywords, just because it's really going to drive up the spend a lot, and it most likely isn't going to pull back too many converting keywords, right? So we don't need to go overkill with this, especially if we're just starting out and our budget, we have a limited budget, really. And so I would recommend starting out with 5 to 10 seed keywords here that we set as broad. We're going to set the bids for both of these campaigns at pretty much the same level. I'll typically start at 75 cents for the auto, 75 cents for the broad manual. In the exception that the suggested bid range is a little bit more than that, I might bump it up to $1, set it at the lower end of the suggested bid range. If you're not getting, enough impressions after a day or 2-3 days after running these campaigns, you can always increase the bids like 25 cents until you start getting some decent impressions. But that's pretty much the way that I set up every new SKU or every new parent listing that I'm bringing to market here. I'll make future videos that describe the exact process on how I go optimizing these campaigns, but this is how you want to start off and structuring them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please ask below and I'll reply. But yeah, have a great day and see you next time. Peace.